Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. Tonight we're talking about small towns in America during the 1800s. Nothing exciting will happen. Nothing important will change. Everything is slow. Everything is quiet. Everything is ordinary. You do not need to remember anything. You do not need to stay awake. Just listen and rest. Imagine a small town. Not a big town. Not a city. Just a small town. The town has one main street. Only one. The street is made of dirt. Not pavement. Not stone. Just dirt. When the weather is dry, the dirt becomes dust. The dust rises slowly. When a wagon passes by, when the weather is wet, the dirt becomes mud. The mud sticks to boots. The mud sticks to wagon wheels. This is normal. This happens every year. The buildings along the street are simple, very simple. Most buildings are made of wood. The wood is plain. Some buildings are painted white. Some are painted light brown. Some are gray. The paint is faded. It has been faded for many years. No one is in a hurry to repaint. There is a general store. Every small town has one. The general store sells many things. It sells flour. It sells sugar. It sells salt. It sells coffee beans. Not ground coffee. Just beans. It sells nails. It sells fabric. The fabric is folded carefully. The fabric smells faintly of dust. And wood. Inside the general store, the floor creaks. It creaks every time someone walks. The same boards creak. Every day. The shopkeeper knows which boards make noise. He steps on them anyway. Next to the general store is the blacksmith shop. The blacksmith shop is darker. It smells like metal. It smells like smoke. Inside, the blacksmith works slowly. He heats metal. He waits. He shapes the metal. He waits again. The sound of hammer on metal is steady. It is not loud. It is not fast. It is the same sound, over and over. Further down the street is a small church. The church is plain, very plain. There are no decorations. Inside the church, there are wooden benches. They are hard. They are smooth from years of use. People sit quietly on Sundays. They listen. They go home. Near the church is a small schoolhouse. Just one room. One teacher. Many children. Different ages. The schoolhouse looks the same. Every year. At the edge of town, the buildings stop. There are fewer houses. Then there are fields. Then there are trees. The trees move slowly. In the wind. They have always been there. The town does not change much. One year looks like the next. One day feels like the one before. People know what to expect. They like it that way. Wagons pass through town. Not many. Just a few. The wheels turn slowly. The horses walk patiently. No one rushes the horses. There is no reason to rush. People walk more than they ride. They walk to the store. They walk to church. They walk to visit neighbors. They stop to talk. They talk about the weather. They talk about crops. They talk about nothing important. Time moves slowly here. Very slowly. There are no loud machines. There are no flashing lights. There is no constant noise. Just quiet. Just routine. Just another ordinary day. In a small town. In the 1800s. You can imagine. The town staying this way. Still. Calm. Unchanged. And as the town rests. You can rest too. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We are still in the same small town. In America. During the 1800s. Nothing has changed. The town is quiet. Now it is early morning. Morning begins slowly. Very slowly. There are no alarm clocks. There are no ringing bells. People wake up. When the light comes through the window. They wake up. When the sky becomes pale. Roosters begin to crow. They crow every morning. They crow at nearly the same time. Dogs stretch. Dogs yawn. Dogs do not hurry. Inside the houses. People begin to wake. They sit up. They stand. They move carefully. The floor is cold. The air is cool. Fires must be started. This takes time. Wood is placed in the hearth. A match is struck. The fire catches slowly. There is no rush. Water must be carried. Buckets are filled. Buckets are heavy. Water sloshes gently. As people walk. This is part of the morning. It always has been. Breakfast is simple. Very simple. Bread. Porridge. Sometimes eggs. Sometimes not. Food is eaten quietly. People chew slowly. There is not much talking. Children get ready for the day. They wash their faces. They put on simple clothes. The clothes are plain. They have been worn many times. Outside, smoke begins to rise from chimneys. The smoke drifts upward. It moves slowly. The town smells faintly of wood smoke. This smell fills the air. Every morning, the general store remains closed. The door is locked. The windows are dark. It will open later. There is no need to hurry. A farmer walks past a house. He leads a horse. The horse walks calmly. The farmer does not pull. The horse knows the way. Wagon wheels creak softly. Not many wagons pass. Just a few. Each one moves slowly. Birds begin to sing. They sing without hurry. They sing from trees. They sing from fences. Their sounds are gentle. The sun rises higher. Light spreads across the town. Shadows move. They move quietly. People begin their work. Not all at once. One by one. A door opens. Another door opens. Footsteps appear on the street. The blacksmith arrives at his shop. He unlocks the door. He steps inside. He does this every morning. The same way. The shopkeeper arrives at the general store. He unlocks the door. He sweeps the floor. The same boards creak. They always creak. Children begin walking to school. They walk together. They walk slowly. They talk softly. Sometimes they do not talk at all. The schoolhouse door opens. The teacher waits inside. The day begins. The town is now awake. But it is still quiet. There is no loud noise. There is no rush. Just slow movement. Just routine. Morning passes gently. Like it always does. Like it always will. You can imagine. This morning lasting a long time. Stretching out. Moving slowly. And as the town continues its calm routine, you can continue to rest. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We are still in the same small town. In America, during the 1800s, the morning has already begun. Now people are working. Slowly, work in the town is steady. It is not fast. It is not exciting. It is the same work, done every day. The blacksmith lights his fire. He waits. The fire grows hotter. He waits again. Metal is placed in the heat. It changes slowly. Nothing happens quickly. He lifts the metal. He places it on the anvil. He lifts his hammer. He strikes. The sound is calm. The sound is familiar. Hammer, pause, hammer, pause. The blacksmith wipes his hands. He takes his time. There is no reason to rush. Inside the general store, the shopkeeper arranges items. He lifts sacks of flour. He sets them down. He straightens jars. He checks his shelves. The store smells of wood. It smells of cloth. It smells of dry goods. The door opens. A customer enters. They greet each other quietly. Flour is measured. Sugar is weighed. Fabric is unrolled. Everything is done carefully. Everything is done slowly. Outside, farmers move through fields. They walk behind plows. The soil turns over. The sound is soft. The movement is steady. Horses pull. Horses stop. Horses wait. No one shouts. No one rushes. Chickens wander near fences. They peck at the ground. They move a few steps. Then they stop. Then they move again. Children sit in the schoolhouse. They sit on wooden benches. They open books. They listen. The teacher speaks slowly. Words are read aloud. Letters are written on a slate. Mistakes are erased. Lessons continue. The schoolroom is quiet. Only small sounds. Pages turning. Feet shifting. A cough. Then quiet again. In homes, some people sew. Needles move in and out. Thread slides through fabric. The motion is slow. The motion repeats. Others chop wood. A swing. A strike. The wood splits. The pieces are stacked. Carefully. Time passes. No one counts the minutes. There is no clock watching. The sun moves across the sky. People pause to drink water. They rest in the shade. They wipe their faces. Then they continue. The town hums quietly. Not loudly. Not constantly. Just enough to show that life is moving. Every task feels familiar. Every motion has been done before. Nothing surprises anyone. Morning slowly becomes late morning. The work continues. The same work. The same pace. The town remains calm. Predictable. Unchanging. You can imagine the steady rhythm of work continuing. The same sounds. The same movements. And as the town keeps working, you can continue to rest. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We are still in the same small town in America during the 1800s. The morning continues. Nothing sudden happens. The sun rises higher. Light becomes brighter. Shadows grow shorter. This happens every day. Work continues. At the same pace. The same slow pace. No one changes their routine. In the fields, farmers pause. They straighten their backs. They look at the sky. They wipe their hands. Then they continue. The horses stand quietly. They flick their tails. They breathe slowly. They wait. In the town, footsteps move along the street. Not many, just a few. Each step is unhurried. Inside the general store, customers come and go, one at a time, never many at once. The shopkeeper speaks softly. He measures goods. He wraps them carefully. He nods. The door opens. The door closes. The bell makes a soft sound. The same sound. Every time. The blacksmith rests. He drinks water. He sits for a moment. Then he stands again. The forge cools slightly. Then it heats again. The cycle repeats. Children in the schoolhouse grow quiet. They listen. They write. They wait for the lesson to end. The teacher glances at the window. Light moves across the floor. Time passes. In homes, people prepare for the midday meal. Not a large meal, just something simple. Vegetables are cut. Bread is sliced. Pots are placed on the fire. The smell of food drifts through the air. It is faint. It is familiar. Outside, the town seems to slow even more. Movement becomes less. Sounds become softer. Birds sit quietly. Insects hum gently. Leaves barely move. The sun reaches its highest point. Midday approaches. Some people return home. Others rest where they are. They sit. They breathe. They wait. No one checks the time. They feel it instead. The town settles into stillness. Not sleep. Just rest. Everything pauses. Just for a while. You can imagine the town holding still. The same calm. The same quiet. And as the town rests, you can rest too. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We are still in the same small town. In America, during the 1800s. It is now midday. The sun sits high in the sky. Light is strong. Heat settles gently. Work slows. Not because it stops, but because bodies rest. People eat a small meal. They sit. They chew slowly. They drink water. There is not much talking. Just quiet movement. Just simple sounds. After eating, people remain still. Some sit on porches. Some sit under trees. They lean back. They close their eyes. They breathe. The town becomes quieter. Even quieter than before. Animals rest. Horses lower their heads. Dogs lie in the shade. Chickens stop moving. In the fields, tools are set down. Hands rest. Feet remain still. Inside houses, windows are open. Curtains move gently. Air drifts through rooms. The smell of food fades. The smell of warm earth remains. Time stretches. Minutes feel long. Hours move slowly. No bells ring. No signals sound. People know when to return. The street is nearly empty. A single wagon passes. The wheels turn slowly. Then it is gone. Leaves barely move. Insects hum quietly. The town seems to pause. This pause lasts. It always does. Eventually, people begin to move again. Just a little. Someone stands. Someone stretches. Someone steps back into the sun. The afternoon begins. Slowly, very slowly. Work will return. But not yet. For now, the town remains calm. Still, resting, you can imagine this quiet midday, lasting a long time, a peaceful pause, and as the town remains still, you can remain still too. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We are still in the same small town in America during the 1800s. Midday has passed. Now the afternoon begins. Movement returns slowly, very slowly. No one rushes. No one hurries. A person stands. They stretch. They adjust their clothes. They take a breath. In the fields, farmers pick up their tools. They grip them lightly. They begin again. The soil is warm. The sun is steady. Work continues. Horses are guided forward. They walk patiently. They know the routine. In town, the general store door opens again. The bell sounds softly, the same sound as always. A customer steps inside. Then another. Never many. The shopkeeper speaks calmly. He weighs goods. He wraps them. He waits. The blacksmith returns to his forge. He adds wood to the fire. He waits for heat. Metal warms. Metal changes slowly. Nothing is forced. Children leave the schoolhouse. They walk home. They talk quietly. Sometimes they are silent. In homes, people return to small tasks. Sweeping, mending, sorting. Hands move. Pause. Move again. The afternoon light changes. It becomes softer. Shadows grow longer. The town hums gently. Not loudly. Just enough. A wagon passes. Dust rises. Then settles. Neighbors greet each other. Short words. Small nods. Nothing more. Time moves. No one watches it. The afternoon continues. Steady. Unremarkable. Nothing unusual happens. Nothing memorable occurs. The town remains predictable. Calm. Familiar. You can imagine this slow afternoon, stretching onward. The same motions. The same sounds. And as the town moves gently forward, you can continue to drift and rest. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We are still in the same small town in America during the 1800s. The afternoon continues. The day begins to slow. The sun lowers in the sky. Light becomes warmer. Shadows stretch longer. Work begins to wind down. Not suddenly, gradually. In the fields, farmers take fewer steps. They pause more often. They look toward home. Tools are cleaned. Tools are set aside. Hands relax. Horses are unhitched. They are led to water. They drink quietly. In town, shops begin to prepare to close. Not yet, but soon. The general store grows quieter. Fewer customers enter. The bell rings less often. The shopkeeper straightens shelves. He counts small things. He moves slowly. The blacksmith cools his tools. He wipes his hands. He rests. Children return home. They sit. They listen. They wait for supper. In homes, evening meals begin to take shape. Vegetables are gathered. Bread is sliced. Pots are placed on the fire. The smell of food drifts through the town. Soft, familiar. Neighbors pass one another. They exchange nods. Few words. The street grows calmer. Fewer footsteps. Less movement. Birds settle. Insects soften their sound. Leaves barely move. The sun sinks lower. Light fades gently. Work ends without announcement. People simply stop. They turn toward home. They walk slowly. The town feels heavy with quiet. Not sleep, just calm. You can imagine this late afternoon, stretching gently into evening. The same calm, the same routine. And as the town prepares to rest, you can continue to relax. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We are still in the same small town in America during the 1800s. Evening has arrived. The sun slips lower. The sky grows soft. Light fades slowly. People gather inside. Doors close gently. Boots are set aside. Fires are built again. Wood is placed carefully. Flames grow slowly. Supper is prepared. Simple food. Familiar food. Soup simmers. Bread is broken. Plates are set. Families sit together. They eat slowly. They chew. They pause. Conversation is quiet. Sometimes there is none. Just the sound of eating. Outside, the street grows empty. Few people pass. Windows glow softly. Lamp light appears. One by one. Oil lamps are lit. Wicks are trimmed. Light is steady. The town becomes dim. Shadows settle. After supper, people remain seated. They rest. Some mend clothing. Needles move slowly. Thread passes through cloth. Some read. Words are spoken aloud. Pages turn gently. Children grow tired. They yawn. They lean. Outside, the air cools. Crickets begin their sound. The town feels smaller now. Quieter. Nothing important happens. Nothing unexpected. This evening is like all others. Predictable. Calm. You can imagine this soft evening. Continuing. Lamplight glowing. Voices fading. And as the town settles further, you can continue to drift and rest. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We are still in the same small town in America during the 1800s. Night has arrived. The sky darkens. Colors fade. Stars appear slowly. Lamp light becomes more important. Rooms glow softly. People speak less. Movement slow. Chairs are pushed back. Plates are cleared. The day feels finished. Some people step outside. They look at the sky. They breathe the cool air. The street is quiet. Almost empty. Doors close. Latches click softly. Inside homes, lamps are dimmed. Wicks are turned down. Light softens. People wash their hands. They change clothes. They prepare for bed. Beds are simple. Mattresses are firm. Blankets are plain. Children are tucked in. They settle. They stop moving. Adults sit quietly. They reflect. Or they do nothing. Outside, crickets continue. Owls call in the distance. The town rests. Not fully asleep yet, but close. No wagons pass. No tools sound. The night feels steady. Predictable. Time stretches. Moments blend together. The town breathes slowly. In. Out. Everything is calm. Nothing stirs. You can imagine this night deepening, lights fading, sounds softening, and as the town prepares for sleep, you can prepare too. You can prepare too. Good evening. This is boring history for sleep. We have reached the end of the day. In the same small town, in America, during the 1800s, inside the last home, the last lamp is turned down. A hand turns the key. The flame shrinks. It flickers once. Then it is gone. Darkness fills the room. A comfortable darkness. A familiar darkness. A window is left open a little. Cool air drifts in. It moves the curtain. Just a little. Then the curtain is still. In the bed, a breath is drawn in. It is released slowly. The mattress shifts slightly. Then there is no more movement. Outside, the last waking creature settles. A dog circles 3 times in the dust. It lies down. It rests its head on its paws. Its eyes close. The church steeple is a dark shape against a darker sky. It points upward. It does not move. It has not moved for years. The general store is silent. The counter is clean. The scales are still. The jars of beans and rice sit in perfect rows. They will sit there all night. Nothing will disturb them. The blacksmith's forge is cold. The anvil is cool to the touch. The tools hang on their pegs. They will hang there until morning. There is no hurry. The schoolhouse is empty. The slate is wiped clean. The benches are aligned. Dust motes, stirred by the last child's departure, have settled back to the floor. They will not move again until tomorrow. The wind, what little there is, grows softer. It does not whistle. It does not howl. It merely brushes the tops of the trees. At the edge of town, a gentle, soundless brushing. The stars do not twinkle fiercely. They are steady points of faint light. They have seen this town sleep 1,000 times. They are not surprised. They are not interested. They are just there. Time, which moved slowly all day, now ceases to matter altogether. An hour is the same as a minute. Midnight is the same as 3 o'clock. Nothing is measured. Nothing is counted. The town is not dreaming. It is simply being. A collection of wood and dirt and quiet life. Resting under the sky. There is no story left to tell. Nothing to remember. No event to mark this night as different from any other. It is just a small town, asleep in the 1800s. And as the town is finally, fully at rest, you can let go of the last thread of the day. You can release the gentle images of dust and wood smoke and fading light. There is nothing more to imagine, nothing more to follow, just the soft, deep quiet of a past that is peaceful, ordinary, and complete. Sleep well.